Hello and welcome to Chicken Bros. My name is David Heath.
And I'm some kind of freaky Lewis, some wackadoo.
Okay, so this isn't a typical review like it normally would be. I decided to try this because I figured it would be fun to give appreciation to an awesome superhero known as Spider-Man.
Again,
Again, yeah.
this guy is so spider-holic, even Tom would be like, Mike, calm the fuck down.
Don't lie, you like Spider-Man too.
Oh, fuck, I love Spider-Man. But I like Miles Morales' Spider-Man, who has a lot less mythos around him, so I don't have a lot to gush over.
I have a Miles Morales comic. Maybe we can do this one day with that. But what I'm doing, and who knows, maybe if this goes well, we'll do more dramatic readings. But what I've decided to do today is do a dramatic reading of Amazing Fantasy number 15.
Ooh, the first ever Spider-Man appearance.
Yes, before he even had his own comic series. And for those of you who are fans of Spider-Man, you know how the story goes. It's the typical origin story of the Spider-Man. For those of you who haven't noticed, allow me to show you just how much the movies don't understand. Well, except maybe Tom Holland. They probably got it right.
A little. Wait, hang on. So, if you're going to be doing a dramatic reading, then why the hell am I here?
Because I don't know if you know exactly how the story plays out, like every little detail of it.
I know the gist.
Okay. I just think it'd also be fun to have you here to like react to the silly 60s writing.
Oh,
remember, this was written by Stan the Man himself.
I know.
So, here we go. Okay. Like costumed heroes, confidently, we in the comic mag business refer to them as long underwear characters. And as you know, they're a dime a dozen, but we think you might find our Spider-Man just a bit different. We open on the high school which Peter goes to, Midtown Science, and we see kids talking about a dance. Someone says, "Say gang, we need one more guy for the dance. How about Peter Parker over there?" And Flash Thompson, bully, says, "Are you kidding? That bookworm wouldn't know my cha-cha from a waltz." And this young lady says, "Peter Parker, he's Midtown High's professional wallflower." So
crawler, you asshole.
So right from the get-go, you can see that Spider-Man's a bit of a nerd, but that's okay.
Which is funny because, yeah, in the 60s that was seen as a bad thing, but here in the 2020s, that thing is one of the best things in the world.
Hell yeah.
We rule the world.
So it starts, story starts for real this time, in the Parker household in the morning. As you may have gathered, Peter Parker was far from being the biggest man on campus, but his Uncle Ben thought he was a pretty special lad. "You're not fooling me, Petey. I know you're awake, and it's time for school." "Gosh, Uncle Ben, you're worse than a room full of alarm clocks." Oh boy. As for Pete's Aunt May, she thought the sun rose and set upon her nephew. "I cooked your favorite breakfast, Petey, wheat cakes." Wheat cakes? Wow. "Don't fatten him up too much, dear. I can hardly out-wrestle him now." The faculty at Midtown High was also fond of the clean-cut, hard-working honor student. "Keep up the good work, Parker, and you're sure to rate a scholarship when you graduate." "I'll do my best, sir." But alas, other teenagers can sometimes unwittingly be so cruel to a shy young man.
Unwittingly, my left ass cheek.
"Sally,
they know what they're doing.
I was wondering if you're busy tonight. Peter, for the umpteenth time, you're just not my type. Not when dreamboats like Flash Thompson are around."
Bullshit.
"I admire your taste, doll. Get lost, bookworm." "Look, there's a great new exhibit at the Science Hall tonight. Would any of you like to go with me?" "Science Hall? Ha! You stick to science, son. We'll take the chicks." Yes, for some, being a teenager has some heartbreaking moments.
Mm-hmm.
"Give our regards to the Atom Smashers, Peter. See you around, bookworm." Peter slumps into the science exhibit. "Someday I'll show them. Someday they'll be sorry. Sorry they ever laughed at me."
Yeah, in today's society, that even means the guy's gonna bring a gun to school. So,
yeah. And a few minutes later, Peter Parker forgets the taunts of his classmates as he is transported to another world, the fascinating world of atomic science, as someone is demonstrating. And now for
Rosie, I love this boy.
And now for a demonstration of how we can control radioactive rays here in the laboratory.
Because radioactivity, in the 1960s, that was the cure-all, be-all of superpowers.
Yep. But as the experiment begins, no one notices a tiny spider descending from the ceiling on an almost invisible strand of web. A spider whom fate is given a starring and brief role to play in the drama we call life.
My name's not Charlotte, just so you know.
Accidentally absorbing a fantastic amount of radioactivity, the dying insect in sudden shock bites the nearest living thing in a split second before life ebbs from its radioactive body. Ow! A spider! It bit me. But why is it burning so? Why is it glowing that way? My head
I got radioactivity, you freaking noid. Jesus.
Even the spider's a dick. My head...
Well, it's a New York spider, so...
Oh, good point. My head, it feels strange. I need some air. Some of the doctors are talking to themselves. Looks as though our experiment unnerved young Parker. Too bad he must be a weak stomach. What's happening to me? I feel different, as though my entire body is charged with some sort of fantastic energy. Wrapped in his thoughts, Peter doesn't hear the automobile, which narrowly misses him until the last instant, and then he, unnoticed by the riders, he unthinkingly leaps to safety. But what a leap it is.
Suckers!
That was one egghead who won't daydream anymore when he crosses the street. You can say that again. New York drivers. Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, move out the way!
Yeah, that's New Yorkers today.
My grandfather being one of them.
What's come over me? I'm scaling this wall just as easily as I can walk. A kid sees from the ground. Mommy, look at that man walking up the side of the building. That's the last horror movie I take you to, young man.
Well, that's irresponsible as fuck.
Seriously. It's incredible. I've reached the roof in just a few seconds. What is this? I've crushed a steel pipe as though it were paper. It's the spider. It has to be somehow. In some miraculous way, his bite transferred his own power to me. I can walk down this cable effortlessly, as the spider would on its own web. I've got to have some time to think. I've got to plan what to do with this unbelievable ability which fate has given me. A few minutes later, Peter finds himself in a wrestling room. This will be a good chance to test my power again. A sign that reads, $100 to the man who can stay in the ring for 3 minutes with Crusher Hogan.
$100? Yeah, it said 3,000.
Maybe that's why they did that. Filled with excitement, Pete races back home and... I'll put on some old clothes and leave my glasses here. But what if I fail? I don't want to be the laughing stock. I'll find some way to disguise myself. A few minutes later, Peter has on what looks like, I can only assume, is a spider web made mask. It looks like it's made out of spider web.
Which is weird because he doesn't have his web shooters yet, so...
Oh yeah, maybe that's not what that is. Okay, maybe it's just something else. I'll try for that $100, Crusher. Well, if it ain't a little mass marvel. Step up, sucker. Now just relax, shorty. I'll try to make this as painless as possible. Peter leaps over the giant man, picks him up, and carries him up to the top of the rope. It works! I have the speed, the agility, and the very strength of a gigantic spider. Hey, put me down! You win, alright? You win! You're not a human. Nobody could do that. Wanna bet? That's the greatest act I've ever seen. Sensational, fantastic, and the mask gimmick gives him just the right touch of mystery. It was terrific.
Maybe in Mexico.
Remember, this is the 60s, bro.
Again, Mexico. Dude, literally, do you know what they do in Mexico?
Yeah, I know. Luchador. I get
Lucha Libre. That's kind of the whole thing. Everyone's got a mask.
Someone thinks to themselves, the masked character may be just what I've been looking for. He approaches Peter later. Listen, friend, I'm a TV producer. With an act like yours, I can make a fortune. And keep the mask angle. It's great. Showmanship. Here's my card. Call me. You'd be a smash on the Ed Sullivan Show. Thanks.
That's still... Oh, yeah.
That's dated.
That's true.
Later at home again. Showmanship. He hasn't seen anything yet. Since I have the powers of a spider, I'll design myself a spider costume. And, oh, hi, Aunt May. Aunt May and Uncle Ben walk in.
Hi, Aunt May.
You looked a little tired, Petey, so we brought you some crackers and milk. Wow.
Aw, they love him.
Crackers and milk, bless them. If only they knew. Now, let's see. A spider needs a web. This little device I made should just do the trick. I'll fasten one to each arm and it'll operate with the slightest pressure of any finger.
Yeah, that's why he does the 2 fingers on the palm thing.
Yeah. I'll need a name. Well, guess Spider-Man is as good a name as any. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself.
Oh, 60s superheroes. So generic.
Yeah. But hey, that suit became iconic.
It did.
So they laughed at me for being a bookworm, huh? Well, only a science major could have created a device like this. With some strong liquid cement at the end, I could pull myself up anywhere with my little web. And my costume is thin enough to wear unseen underneath my street clothes. Okay, world, better hang on to your hat. Here comes the Spider-Man.
Human spider, that's all you got? Yeah. Well, that
Ah,
sucks.
sucks. Now, anybody with the intelligence of a 7-year-old knows that if a man appeared on TV who seemed to be more spider than human, he'd be an overnight sensation. Especially when his feats were performed without the help of a trick photography. Well, you can just imagine how the public reacted to Spider-Man. I'm seeing it with my own eyes and I still don't believe it. Sure, they looked in amaze and I don't know that word. Awestrucken, wouldn't you? After all, when was the last time you saw a man with his own fantastic spider web? Okay, Spider-Man, cut. That's enough. Don't show him too much. Leave him begging for more. As his first TV spectacular ends, Peter Parker breathes his first sweet scent of fame and success.
Uh-oh.
I'm from Life magazine. We'll pay any price for a picture spread. Sign with me. I'll put you in the movies. Wait, we want an interview. See my agent, boys. I'm busy. Phew. Rid of him at last. Hey, what's going on? Stop! Thief! Stop him! If he makes it
Stop
to the
that guy!
Yeah, exactly. If he makes it to the elevator, he'll get away. Made it. I'm safe now. That cop can never get down to the lobby as fast as I can in the high-speed express elevator. Wow. Lucky that goon in the costume didn't stop me. What's with you, mister? All you had to do was trip him. Hold him for just a minute. Sorry, pal. That's your job. I'm through being pushed around by anyone. From now
I
on...
missed the part where that's my problem.
Yeah.
Or it's not my policy.
From now on, I just look out for number one. That means me. I'd have run you in. Save your breath, buddy. I got things to do. And a few hours later, Peter, you know that microscope you've always wanted. Your uncle and I bought it for you this afternoon. Gosh, that's terrific. You're the greatest family a fella could ever ask for.
Yeah, they are, Peter.
They're the only ones who've ever been kind to me. I'll see to it that they're always happy. But the rest of the world can go hang for all I care. Wow. This just shows you, man, how he learns his lesson. In the days that follow, the Spider-Man becomes a sensation of the nation. Newspapers spread. Spider-Man slated for a new TV series. Spider-Man wins Showbiz Award. Spider-Man packed to Playhouse. So who is the Spider-Man? And one evening as Peter returns home from a personal appearance. A police car? In front of our house? What could be wrong? The policeman says, bad news, son. Your uncle's been shot. Murdered. Uncle Ben? Dead? No, it can't be. Who did it? Who shot him? It was a burglar. Your uncle surprised him. But don't worry, lad. We got him trapped. He's in the old Acme warehouse at the waterfront. We'll get him. Your aunt is next door. The neighbor's looking after her. Wait. I've got to go. I've got to go get him. I know that old Acme warehouse. It's been deserted for years. A killer could hold off an army in there, that old gloomy place. But he won't hold off Spider-Man. The warehouse is at the other side of town, but I'll be there in no time. Meanwhile, he's in there somewhere, but he'll pick us off all like flies if we charge him. All I gotta do is hold him off till noon. Till moon goes down, my bad. Then I ought to be able to slip away in the dark. You'll never escape again, murderer. What the? Surprised to see me? Not half so surprised as you're going to be. Gotta get away, gotta hide, must be seeing things. There's no place on earth where you can hide from me. First my web will relieve you of your gun, then my fist will do the rest. Then he picks him up and sees him. That face! No, it can't be! It's the fugitive who ran past me! The one I didn't stop! When I had the chance! The Sarge says, I hate to do it, but we'll have to rush him now. I can't take a chance of him slipping in the dark. Captain, look! The burglar has descended from the building on a web. It's him! On a spider web! A short distance away. It's my fault. All my fault. If only I'd stopped him when I could have. But I didn't, and now Uncle Ben's dead. And a lean, silent figure slowly fades into the gathering darkness, aware at last in this world that with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
Hey!
And so a legend is born, and a new name is added to the roster of those who make the world of fantasy the most exciting realm of all. Spider-Man.
Dun, 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 dun.
And that was the Amazing Fantasy number 15, the very first Spider-Man story to ever hit the comic books.
Ooh, ooh.
And ever since, Spider-Man's been an icon, like Marvel's big boy. You know what I mean?
Yep. He's had his ups and downs. I mean, alien
True.
symbiote.
But he's
The
always
alien suit story, by the way.
the alien suit. Oh yeah.
The clone saga. Oy.
But through it all, he's always managed to come out on top. Come on, Spider-Man!
Ooh, you pulled that one out.
Dude, that was like his best moment.
No, his best moment was, what the?
That wasn't his moment. That was Aunt May's moment.
Well, in the second movie, it was, what the?
So we hope you enjoyed this. We might do this again someday with a Miles Morales comic, maybe.
Me?
And we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.